Hi, thanks for joining me on Witness with Amani. It's a beautiful day and I'm out at Lake Tahoe. And ever since the lake has come up the last couple of years with all the heavy winter action, I haven't been consistently pulling in those big rainbows like I was the first couple of years I fished Lake Tahoe. So being the stubborn, pig-headed billy goat that I am, I'm gonna sit here and grind it out. I'm waiting for the big one to come. I'm at a beach just off the 89 where it follows the lake. It's just public access, you can park, easy parking. And I haven't fished here a couple of years. And the lake level is crazy high. The last time I was here, the lake was kind of high. I was fishing about 20 feet out. And the first couple times I fished here, if you look at my old videos, I'm fishing more like 30 feet out there. The lake's coming right up. 20 more feet, we're getting near the bike path. I mean, that's crazy high for this beach. And I wanted to come out here because this beach is covered with swimmers and sunbathers and all kinds of people, probably in about 2 weeks. It's May 7th, it snowed a couple feet up here like 2 days ago. And I figured if I'm gonna fish this beach, it's now or never because there's just gonna be too many people on this beach to fish once it warms up a little bit. That's gonna happen quick. I guess we're just gonna have no spring this year. It's gonna go from really cold to nice and hot pretty quick. So let me get my lines in the water and let's get this started. I'm willing to grind it out pretty long today. So I'm all set up with inflated crawler power bait. It's about a 19 count with a 1/2 ounce sinker for my power bait. I got about a 4-foot leader on that. And then I got about a 2.5, 3-foot leader for my night crawler because it's easier to cast a full inflated crawler when the leader's a little shorter. And you know, it's cold. I expect the fish to be anywhere. So the night crawler's at about a 14 count. I might bring that even closer to see if there's some fish cruising the shore. I have no idea. I'm throwing it out and I'm hoping something comes along, basically. If you want to see how I rig up, you can go to my fishing tips playlist. And I have videos that show you everything from the hooks I use, the bait I'm using, how I tie up, everything is on my fishing tips playlist. So I'm not going to sit and explain it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and wait. And I hope I'm not waiting for nothing, a bus that's never going to come. I'm sitting here and this live crawdad walked up onto the beach and it was just like sitting there. And I'm going to stick it on my hook because the bottom out here is pretty flat. And he's not going to be able to get me snagged up, but this thing's alive. It's almost like the lake is offering me the ultimate bait to catch something big. Who am I to question a lake offering? So let me get this thing on my hook. I'm just gonna soak this thing on the bottom, see if some big brown or something comes along. Something's hitting my night crawler. I've been out here for hours without anything. Yeah, sun's on it. Sun's on it. It's a full crawler, so I don't want to jump the gun, but there he goes. There we go. This is on the classic combo, bacon and eggs. I found a full jar of salmon eggs down at Boca Reservoir. And I put 2 eggs on with a full crawler and I just casted it out. And it's a good sized rainbow. I can see his big silver body. Or it's a Mackinaw. If it's a mac, I'm gonna try to let it go, but I'll eat it if I have to. It's a mac. So many macs since the water's high. There he goes. I just put it on, like 2 salmon eggs on the point of the hook. Is that a... Oh, it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow. That ain't no mac. That's exactly what I'm here for. I was all disappointed. Bacon and eggs, baby. Ooh, there we go. Woohoo! Woo! So I measured it. That's a 24-inch beast. That is a big rainbow. I wanted big rainbow. I got big rainbow. And check this out. I cleaned that fish because I'm going to give it to my buddy Eric's neighbor. But I cleaned it to make sure it's really fresh. Look how many crawdads are in its stomach. It was loaded up to its throat with crawdads. Look at that. So there must be a lot of juvenile crawdads out there because they're all small, young ones. Very nice. I always like to do a little like investigating. And this is what I was talking about. I had the full crawler on there. Then I found that jar of salmon eggs. What I did is, it's something I used to do a long time ago all the time. I fish bacon and eggs. I fish, and I do it on the bottom a lot, but I just put 1 or 2 salmon eggs with the night crawler, give it a little zazz, gives it some smell, and that big rainbow nailed it. I casted it out. I had that crawdad out all morning, nothing. I threw the bacon and eggs on, and it was breakfast time for that rainbow. So I said 24 inches, that's a clean 23 inches. I was a little hasty when I measured it before, and I already cleaned it. I'm gonna give this to my friend Eric's neighbor up the street so he can feed his whole family with this one fish. It's beautiful out here today, boy. What a day. What a day. And the one bite I got, I found this jar of salmon eggs on the ground when I was fishing Boca for Patreon. I put 2 of those on there and wham, the classic bacon and eggs. And I used to use bacon and eggs a lot just right on the bottom. And when I was fishing in a sandy area or something like that, I just throw some salmon eggs and night crawlers together. And I used to catch some nice trout on it, but it got to the point where salmon eggs are so expensive. Power bait and flated crawlers, that's a good enough combo for me. But now I have this and I only use 1 or 2 at a time. So I'll have this in my pack when I'm bait fishing. I wanted to catch one on that crawdad that came walking up out of the lake. It was like a gift from the lake gods. If you're giving gifts, I want a fly rod that has fly line that's like lightning. And when I cast, it makes thunder sounds. I need something like that. Anyway, this is great, man. This beach is gonna be completely covered with people probably in a week. Because once it warms up, this is a popular swimming and hanging out beach. And it's really narrow because the water's so high, so everybody's going to be packed in a small space. I won't be coming anywhere near here once this gets used for that. So, but it was great. This is a great day just to sit out here. I'm going to go back to my buddy's house and eat some elk steaks. I guess when you get a giant elk, you bring it to a butcher and process it into ground elk sausages, steaks. So I'm going to get a little bit more of that. He lives out up the street. And then I'm probably going to go home and figure out where I'm going to fish tomorrow. Probably fish for Patreon tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed that big rainbow. I enjoyed it. My friend's neighbor with his family's going to enjoy eating it. I'm going to enjoy some elk steaks. Everybody's going to have a full belly tonight. Thank you for joining me on Witness with Amani. Until next time.